You know the feeling, right? You're in what you think is just a friendly chat with a salesperson, and then all of a sudden, something shifts. It stops feeling like a conversation and starts to feel like a performance, a play. And somehow, you've been cast in a role you never auditioned for, and they've got the script.
Have you ever been in that spot where you feel completely cornered? Every time you bring up a concern, they have a perfect, polished answer ready to go. It feels like every road you try to go down just loops right back to them wanting your signature on a contract.
Well, here's the thing. That feeling is not an accident. It is completely by design. It's not just some super talented salesperson thinking on their feet. It's a system, a very specific, highly planned, step-by-step playbook. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how it works, using the real training materials from a home improvement company as our guide.
So, the first thing you have to understand is that these high-pressure pitches aren't just following some loose talking points. Nope, they are following a script. We're talking about a full 10-step system that sales reps are trained to memorize, often word for word, and it's designed to take any customer from hello to a yes in one single visit.
And here it is. This is the roadmap for that whole journey. It starts with step 1, the profile, where they build rapport. Then it goes through the inspection to create that sense of urgency, all the way down to the close, and that final step, reassurance. Each step has a very specific job and a scripted line to get you to agree, to commit, so you can move to the next step. It's like a ladder, and the salesperson's only job is to make sure you keep climbing, rung by rung.
Okay, so how does this whole 10-step journey even get started? Well, before they can even dream of selling you anything, the salesperson has one main goal: get total and complete control of the interaction. And the key to getting that control, it isn't about them talking. It's about getting you to participate. This quote from one of their internal training sessions really says it all. The number one reason a sale falls apart, according to them, a passive customer. See, if you're just sitting there quietly listening, you're not invested. So their goal is to turn you from a member of the audience into an active character in the story that they are telling.
So how do they actually force you to participate? Well, they've got this whole arsenal of tactics. It can be as simple as using your name over and over and over again. One trainer suggests using it up to 400 times in a single visit. Can you imagine? They'll hand you tools like a heat gun. They'll ask you to hold their ladder. They'll even FaceTime you from your own attic. Each one of these things seems small, but it's a micro-commitment. It's designed to chip away at your resistance and make you an active partner in their evaluation. So once you're playing along, once you're an active participant, the script shifts into its next gear. And this is the critical part: turning a potential issue into an urgent, full-blown crisis. This is where the inspection step becomes the absolute star of the show. Just look at the stated goal of the inspection right here. It's not just find problems. It is to allow them to take responsibility for the problems, and here's the kicker, create urgency to buy today. That just tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it? The inspection isn't a neutral diagnosis of your home. It's the perfect setup for the sale. And this scripted line, this is the pivot. After they've walked you around and pointed out every little flaw, the rep hits you with this simple question. The moment John and Mary say, "Yes, we agree," boom, there's a huge psychological shift. It's no longer the salesperson pointing out issues. It's now their problem. And what do you do with problems? You solve them immediately. Okay, so the problem is established. The urgency is building. So naturally, the conversation has to turn to money. But, and this is a really big but, the goal here isn't just to see if you can afford the project. The goal is to find out the absolute maximum amount of credit you can possibly get. And here's a key tactic they're taught right out of the gate. Reps are told that a huge reason for loan rejections is using the wrong income number. So they are specifically trained to always ask for your gross income. That's the big number before taxes and deductions. Why? Because as their training says, banks want to see gross. They actually frame it like using your smaller take-home pay is a rookie mistake that could cost you the whole deal. And this isn't just some casual advice. They literally come equipped with this exact flow chart. It starts with one simple question. How often do you get paid? And from that one answer, it walks them through a precise set of calculations to turn any pay schedule, weekly, biweekly, whatever, into the largest possible monthly gross income they can put on that loan application.
And they are trained to dig for every single dollar they can find to pump up that number. It is not just about your salary. They are prompted to ask you about everything: overtime, bonuses, any side hustles like DoorDash or Uber. They're even told to ask about 401k withdrawals, child support, or alimony. Every single dollar counts because it all goes toward maximizing that loan approval, which of course maximizes the size of their sale. And now we've arrived at the climax of the pitch, the close. At this point, you have a problem, you feel like you have to solve it now, and the salesperson knows your maximum possible budget. The final negotiation is about to start, and the rep is holding their most powerful tool in reserve. So here's the secret weapon. The company almost always has a cheaper, alternative product, something they call a partial. But just look at this warning from a trainer. He says that introducing that cheaper option anywhere before the close is a really big mistake. Why? Because it gives away all their leverage. Instead, they have to follow this exact sequence. First, they hit you with the high price of the premium product to anchor you. Then, they let you push back, they offer a discount or two, and all the while they're finding out what your real, true budget is. And only after they've tried everything to sell that expensive option do they graciously reveal the cheaper alternative, which, what a coincidence, is perfectly tailored to the budget that you just told them you had. This analogy from a sales manager just says it all. The cheaper, partial option is like a basketball. He says, this is the most valuable thing on the court. It's the move that wins the game for you at the buzzer. You protect it. You don't just give it away at the beginning of the game. You save it for that final decisive play. And even after you say yes, the system still isn't done. Step 10 is reassurance. The salesperson will then spend another 10 to 15 minutes getting you to talk about why you made such a great choice. Now, this isn't just a friendly chat. It is a deliberate strategy to solidify your decision and make it way, way harder for you to get buyer's remorse and cancel the next day. So there you have it. It's not just a sales pitch. It's a systematic playbook engineered to control the conversation, manufacture urgency, and master the close. It's a powerful and, frankly, very effective process. So the only question is, now that you've seen behind the curtain, what are you going to be listening for next time?